Today, I want to share my experience with Cursor AI and how it is helping me tackle project faster than ever before. Over the past 1 month, I've been using Cursor AI almost daily, exploring new project and testing its limit. It's a AI code editor built inside Visual Studio. They fork it and they made it their own. But when you open it, you will get that same feeling of Visual Studio. So you don't have to learn something new, and it'll allow you to share an idea and just write whatever code that you're writing. Just this morning, I asked, have you heard about TON, which is the open network for blockchain and bunch of other things? I had no idea, but I have heard about it yesterday and I just wanted to give it a try. So I did. And then I will show you how it navigated me to go through learning it, creating my account, creating my keys, creating my wallet. And within a few hours, I was able to build a program and run it on my computer. So it was amazing. So here's an example. This morning, I wanted to learn about TON, which is open network. It's something new related to blockchain, and a bunch of things there, telegrams. I had no idea about what it is, but somebody told me yesterday that it's the next big thing, so much happening in this area. So guess what? I went to Cursor and I said, do you know how to create a project with TON? And it gave me a response and also helped me start a project. And then we kept talking. And within few hours, I had a working project. I created my own account at TON, and then I had my wallet, my keys, my initial test coins and everything. It was amazing. I would have spent, if not months, weeks in just learning this one concept and building a project. And most of the time you won't even do that because it requires so much effort. But because of Cursor AI, I was able to do it. Now, let's jump into my first project, which is a Google Chrome extension. The start was exact same thing. I started by asking questions, how to create a Google Chrome extension. And it said that you need to begin with a manifest.json. So great, that's great. And told me how to create one. Then we talk about the HTML file, and then we move into the JS file. So I started with a basic extension, and then always wanted to make an extension like this one, where if I create a new tab, then it show me something. And here is that extension. I wanted to see the product hunt updates on a daily basis. That's what I do. So I started with that. And then I added a bunch of other things, but including this quick URL. So all started with me asking that question, and then starting with the basic one, and then adding more details. The best part with it, that I ask a question, let's say in my current setup, you see this, right? Let's say I will ask even as simple as today's product hunt launches, right? Let's say I tell him add a heading under product hunt heading. Okay, that's it. It's not clean. I just wrote it. The best part that Cursor does is to identify the file, and you can apply it right there. See, it opened the file. Not a good example because it's actually overwritten my file. My actual file is way bigger. So what I have to do in this type of context, I would have to add my file, and then it will better job. Because I added the file here, now it's writing me a code that is much relevant to this scenario. So let's say if I apply now, see, I just have to say that, and then insert that code. That's the beauty of this program. You can write programs in ChatGPT. You can do the same thing with Cloud A. You won't find this feature there. So that was my second project. The best part is here. We developers are not as good when it comes to writing a description or even the designing the screens, right? So once the program was done, I was able to ask, write me a description of this program. And it did. Can you believe that? And then also, I'm going to show you GitHub because I created a README file where it has a list of all the features. One of the best part with using Cursor AI, also write things for you. So for example, we developers, most of the time, we don't do a good job documenting and writing all the details. It's an overhead. But because Cursor helped me wrote this program, knew about everything that we have done, knew about the code. So I was able to write, can you write a copy for the README file? And it did. This is all directly from the Cursor AI. On top of that, one of the other things that you could do now as we are here, can you check code and then create a updated README file? And here you go. It went through the code and then writing a README file for me. It has all the steps that you need. All right, so let's move to the third project that I wanted to talk about. And the third project is this one. I give a lot more instruction than just asking the question. For this particular project, I had an idea in my mind. So I wrote it. I, in fact, took ChatGPT help to phrase this. It's a big instruction, a big prompt. And then I started working on it. We talk about various technology, and then it helped me choose one. So this is the project that is working here. This is the second page. It goes under product. So I wanted to show you this one. It is running from database, and it has really good search functionality. Let's say we use search everywhere, plus there are categories and everything. So I wanted to build a page like this. This was an idea that I wanted to try how it will look. Is this something that I want to deploy or not? But in the past, I would just think about the idea, and because it involves so much work, I may or may not actually implement it. But in this case, I was able to implement it. It's actually nice. I think I'm going to deploy that in some kind of production. Talk about the history of, obviously I need more and more data here, and talk about the founder. So it's amazing. I love it. The best part is running from a database. So this is the database that my program is using, and Cursor AI helped me build this database. It wrote the script for it. It even created this test data. So it is incredible what I was able to do with this. So to summarize, there are three ways you can create an application. So number one, you can just write a prompt. I want to create a web application that shows product and their founders. That shows a list of product and a list of founder, list of SaaS product and list of founder and their cross-linking. All right, simple prompt. I'm going to write and then let this guy process it. So it talk about backend. This is interesting idea. Would you like to elaborate this or provide some sample code to start? Let's start with the code. Keep the database for now. Keep it in the array. So I'm asking, let's skip the database for now, keep it in the array, and then make it. Nothing is here. It's creating the files. And then one thing that I noticed, did not ask me to install Next.js or something, which I will remind him. So in this particular case, so check this. I clicked, it created a file under source, accept, and then I just keep doing this. and it will have the entire application. What it did not do though, and I should have been more cautious, I should have said, I want to create a Next.js app. So there are 3 ways you can do this. You can write a prompt, and in this case, I want to create a Next.js web application that showed blah, 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 and enter. And then it will generate the code. It gave me all the commands, everything that I need to do, plus all the files. And I will just show you one thing for now. If I create one of these files, it's actually going to create that file and copy the data. In future, if I make changes to this, it will compare the file. It will just make the change in that file. You will be able to see the differences and everything. So that's example number 1. Example number 2, you could do something like, so the second example is you can say, I want to create next year that shows this, make this website look and function like this. The tool folder is one of the great sites. If you need any tool, go there. I highly recommend it. I've been following him for a long time. So that's a second way where you can add the command. You can also say, I want to build a clone or a website exactly to find there. And it will give you again all the codes and commands and everything. And I will create another video, go with each of these examples. But right now, I just wanted to show you a few examples that you could do, how easy it is. And then finally, what you could do is this. So this is a hand-drawn website that I wanted to build, and I will give this guy that a screenshot. So I'm going to attach this as a screenshot and I say, build it like this. So again, this is just an example, but you can take a screenshot of any website, anything, or the conversation that you may have in your office, and you just build that. You give this, and it will create a website similar to that. Now, we will go deeper into those conversations in the next video. I will create multiple videos to show you that, but I will keep this one just here because it will become too big. All right. So you saw how easy it is to build something with Cursor. So what I really like about Cursor is it makes it really easy to quickly create, refine any of the prototype, any of the idea that I have, or you can quickly make it. And then you can give a simple or complex prompt or even a screenshot, and Cursor AI will create the entire code for you. And then it actually understands what you're asking, what you build. And then there was cases where I was having conversation with it to see if out of these options, which option should I go with? And it was actually able to talk to me like another fellow developer bounce idea with. And then because it uses Visual Studio Code, it looks like that it actually helps. You don't have to learn the entire new UI. So that was good. Now, there are a few things with short. When you are writing code for a couple of days and then it actually forgot the context. I showed you one picture where it didn't have the context of the previous files. It kind of deleted everything when I asked it to write a subheading, and I have to attach the files, then it write the proper code. When you're building, and if you have to attach the file again and again, it becomes really cumbersome. So it forget that. Maybe there is a setting that I don't know about. I sent an email to Michael, CEO, founder of Cursor AI. So let's see if there is something that they could do. And obviously it could be a limitation from the AI itself. The second one is debugging. If you don't know coding, then you will be stuck because there are so many chances, so many times it happened that I was building and then some error occurred, and then it was in circle, it couldn't fix it. And the fix was actually very simple. When I went and looked into the code, I was able to fix it in 30 seconds. But with Cursor, I was in circle for almost 5-10 minutes until okay, enough. I have to go back and do it myself. And then I did feel that when it comes to the UI and making it modern, like any other SaaS application, I think V0 and even Bolt.new does a better job than Cursor AI. I think there is an opportunity where they could do something to make it better. So last question, Does it work? $20 a month. And I say, yes, absolutely. Like, I loved it. And 3 days ago, I canceled it, but then I'm going to go back and renew it because I love it so much. Just this morning, that exploration of network was worth the cost. So I will go back and do that. And then last thing, I'm all about getting a working MVP as soon as possible. And I put together a 0 to MVP guide. And I recently included the ultimate MVP planning guide. So if you are building something, if you need something, go to start.vinodsharma.co and download it. It's going to help you tremendously. So with that, let's stop this video here, and then I will come back and do more videos. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.